Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Hazimi Hamzat from DDT2A. My matrix number is 01DDT20F2034 and my partner is
Assalamualaikum. Hi, my name is Ahmad Zubaidi Biramli. I'm from DT28. My matrix number is 01DDT20F2030. Next.
Hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is Nurul Natasha binti Isa and I am from class GDT2A and my matric number is 01DDT20F2020. So next.
Hello, my name is Muhammad Arif Aiman Mizrami from DDT2A and my matrix number 01DDT20F2027. And today we will present to about troubleshoot connectivity issues. So objective and step 1, I will pass it to Nurul to Natasha to present about it.
Okay, so now I will continue this presentation with the objective of this packet tracer. In this packet tracer activity, you will troubleshoot and resolve connectivity issue if possible. Otherwise, the issue should be clearly documented so they can be exploited. Background and scenario. Users are reporting that they cannot access the web server www.cisco.pka after a recent upgrade that includes adding a second DNS server. You must determine the cause and action to resolve the issues for the users. Clearly document the issue and any solution. You do not have access to the device in the cloud or the server www.cisco.pka. Explain the problem if necessary. Note, router R1 can only be accessed using SSH with the username admin01 and password Cisco12345. Router R2 is in the ISP cloud and is not accessible by you. Instruction. I will start this presentation with the instruction. Step 1. Determine connectivity issue from PC1. So firstly, on the PC1, open the command prompt, then enter the command ipconfig to verify what IP address and default directory have been assigned to PC1. Correct as necessary according to the addressing table. So in this step, open the command prompt and then enter the command ipconfig to verify the IP address and default directory. As you can see, the IP address here is 172.168.1.3 and the default gateway is 172.161 and 1. After verifying and correcting the IP address issue on the PC1, issue pings to the default gateway, web server and other PCs. When the pings successful, record the result. So here in this step, we ping the to default gateway which is 172.161.1. So as you can see, the result is acceptable and the answer is yes. Next, to web server, we ping the web server which is 209.165.2012. So the result, as you can see here, is acceptable and the answer is yes. Next, ping to PC2. As you can see, the result in this step is acceptable and the answer is yes. Next, to PCA. Ping the PCA which is 172.168.1.3. As you can see, is destination host unreachable, so the answer is no. Next, in this step, we ping to PCB, which is the IP address is 172.168.2.4. As you can see here, the result is destination host unreachable, so the answer is no. C. Use the web browser to access the web server on PC1. Access the web server by first entering the URL http://www.cisco.pka and then by using the IP address 209.165.212.01 and 2, record the result. So in this step, go to the web browser, and then go to the www.cisco.pka. As you can see here, PC1 can access the www.cisco.pka. So the answer is yes. Next, using the web server IP address. So in this case, we using the web server IP address, and the answer is yes, because we can access the server. So next, document the issue and provide the solution. Correct the issue if possible. The IP address on PC1 is not configured correctly. To resolve the issue, the IP address was changed from 172.168.1.3 to 172.1.6.1.3. PC1 failed to ping PC on network 172.161.2.0.24. And next, step 2, I will pass to Arif Aiman to explain the steps. Thank
Okay,
you.
for step 2, I will talk about determine connectivity issues from PC2. Okay, for the first step, on PC2, and open the command prompt, enter the command ipconfig to verify the configuration for the IP address and default gateway. Correct as necessary. So this is the result when you put a command of ipconfig. And for step B, after verifying or correcting the IP addressing issues on PC2, issue pings to the default gateway, web server, and other PCs. Were the ping successful? Record the results. Okay, for the first ping to default gateway using 172.16.1.1. So the result is yes because there was 0% of loss. And next, ping to web server using IP address 209.165.201.2. So when the 0% of loss, the answer will be yes. And next, ping to PC1 using ping 172.16.1.3, and the result also yes because there was 0% of loss. And to PCA, ping 172.16.2.3, and the result is unreachable, so the answer will be no. And ping to PCB using ping 172.16.2.4, and the result also unreachable, so it will be no. And for step C, navigate to www.cisco.pka using the web browser on PC2. Record the results. Can PC2 access www.cisco.pka? So open the PC2 on the web browser and put http://www.cisco.pka. So the PC2 can access the URL, the www.cisco.pka. So the answer will be yes. And using the web server IP address, using http://208.165.1.201.2, and the PC2 can access the server IP address, and the answer will be yes. And for question D, document the issues and provide the solution. Correct the issue if possible. PC2 can access the web server using the IP address after fixing the default gateway. The default gateway should be configured as 172.16.1.1 on PC2. PC2 failed to ping PC on network 172.1.6.2.0/24. And that's all for step 2. Then I will pass to Ahmad Zubaidi to present about step 3. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mama Arif. Now I will present about step 3, determine connectivity issues from PCA. Okay, first step, on PCA, open the command prompt, enter the command ipconfig to verify the configuration for the IP address and default gateway. Correct as necessary. After that, step B, after correcting the IP addressing issues on PCA, issue the pings to the web server, default gateway, and other PCs were the ping successful, record the result. To web server 209.165.201 Point 2, the answer is no. It is because the request time is out. Okay. Ping to default gateway 172.16.2.1. The answer is no. It is because the result is still the same. It request time out. Okay, after that, ping to PCB. The answer is yes. It is because it is successfully. To PC01, the answer is no. It is because the request time is out. To PC02, the answer is no. It is because the request time is out also. Okay, step C. Navigate to www.cisco.pka using the web browser on PCA. Record the result. Can PCA access www.cisco.pka? The answer is no. Okay. Using the web server IP address, the answer is still no. Okay, step D. Document the issues and provide the solution. Correct the issue if possible. PCA can only access the local LAN. The GO/1 interface on router R1 is not configured correctly. Please the IP address on interface G0/1. Access router R1 use SSH from PC01 or PC02 to change the IP address from 172.16.3.1 to 172.16.2.1. Next, I will pass to Muhammad Azim to continue the presentation.
Thank you, Ahmad Zubaidi. Now I will explain about step 4. Step 4 is determine the connectivity issue from PCB. For question A, on PCB, open the command prompt, enter the command ipconfig to verify the configuration for the IP address and default gateway. Correct as necessary. So we need to open the command prompt on a PCB and then enter the command ipconfig. After that, we can see the IPv4 and IPv6 and default gateway. So as you can see, this is the result. And for the question B, after correcting the IP address issue on the PCB, issue the IP to the web server, default gateway, and the other PC. Were the ping successfully, record the result. So to the web server, so first we need to ping the web server, and the answer is yes. As you can see, the result shows send 4, receive 4, and loss is 0. And next, we are going to ping the default gateway. So the result is yes. We can ping the default gateway. So we are going to ping the PCA. The answer is also yes. The IP address is 172.1.16.2.1. And for PC1, the answer is yes, which is the reply is have 4, and the receive also have 4. And the last one is the PC2, also yes, and the IP address is 172.16.2.3. So for the question C, so the answer is no because the PCB host name is unresolved. And for the question D, PCB can only use in the IP address to access to the web server. PCB is also configured with the correct DNS2 server address. It indicates that the DNS2 server may not be configured correctly. And for the question E, The answer is no, because it may have a configuration problem. So I suggest to you to call the person in charge of the DNS2 server and report your finding. Alright, for the step 5, verify the connectivity. So as you can see, our troubleshoot connectivity that we have done is reached 100%. So that means it's success. So that's all from us. Thank you very much.